Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. This is episode 128. I'm Jessica, aka Naturally Nitty.
And I'm Allena, aka Starnet. Today is November 17th. This is our weekly podcast. If you are a first-time watcher, thanks for watching. If you're a returning watcher, thanks for coming back.
So grab your knitting, pull up a chair, and craft along with us.
Yeah.
Mojo? Any mojo for you?
Yes, I have mojo. I am wearing it.
Beautiful.
I finished my order mission. Hopefully the internet is nice to us and it's clear.
It looks pretty clear from my end, so
that's all about it. But you can tell this is the shawl from hell. I will tell you why. So I was knitting with hand spun. And I'm going, and it starts up here, and it goes down, and you increase a leaf on each side every repeat.
Okay.
So I'm going, and I get to, and you're supposed to do 7 repeats, and then do your edgings, or however long if you want it a long one. But I didn't want a long shawl, so I wasn't planning on doing 7. I was just going to do 6. Well, I ended up doing... In the middle of the 6th one, I'm looking at my ball of yarn, and I'm like, this isn't going to make it to an edging, because the edging was like 19 rows in itself.
Okay.
Like a full repeat. So I take back, because I didn't have the brain power in me last week, or the week before, to put a lifeline in it, not a lifeline, but put
pick up
the
stitches.
And it just go that way. So I taped back
the
whole repeat that I went, and then started the edging, which is fine. So I was doing the edging, and I get to the end, and I'm like, I don't think I have enough.
Sucks.
And, so I got to the second to last row, which was a purl row, and I'm like, get to the end, and I have one more row to go, and then bind off.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2 more rows, because you 1 more row and then purl back and then bind off. So I had 2 more rows, and I was like, I don't even have enough. I had this much left. So I taped back that row and just started binding off on the purl row.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to, you can't even tell, but I get to, I can't tell, really. I get to around, there's maybe this much left to bind off, and I have this much yarn left. So I was like, crap. So I went down to the basement, and I'm looking for yarn that I might have spun that would match. And while I have a lot of green, I don't have this bright, this is a Kellier green than most of my greens are kind of running the hunter line, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
It is not Kelly green. It's more of just a bright spring green.
Yeah.
But most of mine are in the hunter green or the forest green line. So they were darker, or they had this color green but blue or purple with it. So I was like, oh. So luckily I found, because this is the Rolex you sent me.
Yeah. Luckily,
I found this Cormo I got from you to spin.
That's a long time ago.
Almost exactly the same color. So I spun up a half an ounce and plied, and then bound off the rest of the shawl. And
That's
then
crazy.
I blocked it, and you can tell that it's cold here, that our heater's on because it's dry already. And that was last night. So it is done.
It's beautiful.
And I turned it in. Oh, and in the middle of this, seriously, from hell, I'm telling you, in the middle of this shawl, I was using those wooden Harmony needles.
Oh, yeah.
The needle freaking broke for row. I couldn't even find the tip. I was so bad. Well, not really, because that's why I don't use wooden needles. But whatever. I was so mad. So, yeah, I finished it. I turned it in. And I am done.
Yay.
Yeah. And I actually really like this pattern.
It's pretty. It's what I would do. Lace isn't always my thing, but I like that.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I like it. But it eats a lot of yarn.
Good to know. Is that all you got for
finish? Mojo?
That's all you have?
Yeah.
All right. I have two things that I don't have with me. I made, my neighbor had her baby, a little boy, so I decided to make a baby hat for her quick, which I had already made her a hat and given it to her, but I made another one because new babies are great. Yeah. But I didn't take a picture of it, so...
You kind of need to go over there and take a picture.
I know. I need to text her.
Is this your neighbor?
I know. I got to go hold him. He was like 2 days old when I held him. So tiny. Like, I forgot what a little tiny baby is like. Anyways, so then I helped out at the kids' bookstore. I made this cowl. It's a drop stitch cowl. I forget who the...
Cool. Flip stitch?
Drop stitch. It's really easy. It uses Woolly's Thick and Quick, like one skein of it, and I think I did it in like 2 hours, maybe 3. Anyways,
so for normal people, that would probably take 6.
No, it's a quick pattern. It's on size. Well, I did it on 13s because my 15 someone has, but it's on like big needles and it's big yarn and it goes like super fast. And half of them are like the drop, or like you yarn over twice, and then the next round you drop the yarn over, so like it goes fast. Anyways.
For Christmas gifts.
I did it 2 years ago for teacher and office lady gifts, and actually, so I was at the kids' school helping with the bookstore one day, and the office lady came out and she's like, "This might be really weird, but do you remember that cowl that you gave us for Christmas, blah blah?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, I love that thing and I wore it all the time, and my daughter went off to college this year and she took it with her. Like, is there any way I could get another one from you? Blah blah blah." So I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." Because, like, you like it when people actually like and wear and use the things that you make them. So I made it for her. And that's why I made it. But yeah. So she was very excited about it. That's all I have, though. Those 2 things.
I think I need to make some of those for teacher gifts this year. Because the girls go to the Learning Center, and they do actually have teachers. And it's November, and I'm thinking about it now.
They're way easy, and if you go and get, like, the yarn from Joann's or whatever, you can use the coupons, go a couple times, and get the yarn 40% off or so.
I wonder how much,
Or you could hold 2 yarns together if you wanted.
No, I don't have enough of the same color. I wonder what colors I would do. Just neutrals?
I did neutrals. I did, like, Thick and Quick has, like, a bunch of different, like, oatmeal, cream, and, like, some with, like, flecks in it, like a Tweety. I got 4 different skeins when I did it a couple years ago, and that's what I did. Because then, you know, it can go with anything. Unless you know what they have as a coat or something, I would go with neutrals. This year, which it's kind of starting to get late, I was like, I don't know what to do for teacher gifts because the kids have been there for so long. So, like, they have different teachers, but now the office ladies, like, and the principal, I've given them things, like, each year. So I can't, like, repeat what I've made, you know? Especially if I'm making it, like, knitting it. So I can't do cowls again. So I was going to do fingerless mitts. Those campfire mitts. Have you done that? Those looked easy, so I was going to do those for the girls, and then just a plain one. I have 2 male teachers, and the principal is a male. So I was going to do not the campfire mitts, but a different just fingerless mitts for them, too.
You could just do a ribbed one, because then it would stretch really big.
Yeah, that's basically what I was going to do. Sound good? Like, that's an okay teacher gift, right?
Yeah.
And then,
Except for, you know my stance on fingerless mitt.
Yeah, well, some people like them, though. I don't know.
I know, but hello? You live in Wisconsin.
I know.
It's cold. Your fingers are what gets cold. Listen.
I know.
Actually, though.
But if they're wearing them, like, in their classroom and they can still, like, use... I don't know.
And, like, the pattern that... I have a pattern that I designed, Mitt.
I know.
Like, 50 cables. And I make them so they go longer because of this reason, so you can just tuck your finger inside of them.
Yeah.
But so many people, like, I read the comments that people are like, these were really long, and they are, like, so long, they reach the tip of my pinky, and blah, blah, blah. So...
well, I tested that for you. I fold mine down, like, when they're in use, and then you unfold them.
Well, I was thinking, because we have at Five Below, you can go and get these, I actually just bought some for $3. The stretchy gloves, but the tips of these two fingers have metallic fibers in them, so you can use it with your thing. So you can wear those under.
Yeah.
And then your fingers wouldn't be as cold.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to, I think that is a good Christmas gift.
I just figured it's kind of trendy, and it's not, like, I could do mittens, but I don't know if people like mittens. I don't know. And I'm not making gloves, because that's just insane.
And those fingerless mitts, if you use chunkier yarn,
will go fast.
Yeah.
So I have 3 women and 3 male. So 6 pairs by Christmas time. Well, like a week before Christmas, because I think that's when they get out of school. So like a month. That's not too bad. I got to figure out if I have stuff in my stash or if I can just go and see if there's yarn on sale or something. I'll probably do, like, neutrals again.
I have 5 women and 1 male, maybe 2 males to knit for.
I made slippers for the guys once.
Oh, that's a good idea. But how do you find out what size of shoe they
I just kind of did a general size. It was, like, out of chunky yarn. And on like 10s or something, but it like really stretched. And actually, Trubin's teacher is the one that Chloe had in kindergarten, so like he was just talking about his slippers the other day.
Does he like them?
Yeah, and how they're so warm and blah blah blah. So.
And really, your heart's growing 3 sizes when we talk about them.
Like, oh, you guys all love it. No, it makes me... Oh, and I was going to make salted caramel hot chocolate mix that that Katie posted.
You need to put the link in the show notes, and I'll post it in our show notes.
Or Cube Jelly on Ravelry. She posted it on Google Plus and said it was really easy to make, so I want to try making that. And I figured giving them, you know, like a jar of it along with the mitts would be good.
Yeah.
I used to do cookies in a jar, and like the teachers liked it, but I lose so many mason jars that way. Like, and I would do like the big quart size. This year we had to go to Goodwill and buy a ton for all our canning purposes.
You know they sell them new.
I know.
Okay.
But they were cheaper that way.
We can never find them at ours. People just keep their mason jars.
Though we did that, and then we barely saved any, because like the new ones at Walmart are just as cheap almost. Anyways, I think that's all. What was I talking about? Mojo?
Yeah, whips.
Whips. I am working on a pair of socks. This is like the crappiest way to hold things up. Oh, say hi to Lula.
She's like looking like, what's going on?
Anyways, I'm like in the middle of a row. I'm making these for Dad.
Does he know?
No. And I had to kind of guess at the foot size, so I'm hoping they fit him.
Ask Jared. I think they wear the same size. Well, why don't you just go look at his pair of shoes?
I did, and I kind of based it on that, but I'm afraid I made it too wide. Though I think I only cast on 72 stitches, but for some reason it looks really big. I don't know.
They're put ribs on them.
Yeah, I'm starting the ribbing now for the cuffs. There'll be detention because I started them last month. They were my plain knitting socks.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all I'm working on. You?
I have a granny square, which is upstairs. I did bring it down. And I too have socks, but I am no further than where I was last time, which is increasing for the gusset, which I just am holding this up so you can see my fabulous
stitch markers.
I love stitch markers, so I like this pattern because you use 4.
They're fun. I think I want to do that next time. I can't wait till these are done because then I'm going to cast on a new pair of socks for me.
Are you going to wait till the 1st?
No, because it's the end of term.
Oh, that's right. Never mind then. Okay, that's all I'm working on.
All right, so get your
Did you right round?
Yes. So spinning wise, sorry, my nose, it just dyed up a ton of fiber. I could probably find a picture. The other day, last week, I was running really low on color choices for my Rolex. And I was like, I need to dye some stuff. So I did. I had like 2 pounds of Polworth, almost 2 pounds of merino, and then some faux cashmere, silk noils, and Firestar. So I spent like an entire day dyeing all this stuff, and just like kettle dyed basically most of it. So yeah, it was fun. And it's done. Oh, I also have made some more Rolex. I still need a couple more pounds, I think, for my newt. I don't know. I forget how much I've done so far this month. But for class, I started this before I did the baby hat and the cowl. This was going to be my one class, but I spun up some yarn.
Oh, cool.
It was my Rolex that I made, the orange ones. I kept some for myself and didn't put it all in the shop. It's basically 50% Cormo and 50% Merino, plus an extra like maybe 2% of BFL.
So like softness. It's like soft and squishy.
It is. It's end plied. Don't. No, naughty kitty. Stop it. End plied, and I got 280 yards. I still have to wash it, so it'll plump up a good amount. Stop it! You're naughty. Sorry. She keeps trying to play with my yarn. She gets on top of these shells back here, and I have found, for some reason, she likes the alpaca yarn that I spun.
Alpaca's like it.
I spun last term or 2 terms ago for my newt and made the sweater out of. And it was like all over the basement. Like all over. I just threw it out because I was like, I am not dealing with this, and I was so mad at her. And I can keep the door shut in here, but she comes in from the other side and climbs up in the ceiling tiles and gets down through the... She's naughty.
You need like a shock collar.
I know.
Squirt collar, anytime she gets near yarn, it squirts her. She runs away.
Usually, though, she's fine. Like, I don't know. She likes to like bite at it if she's sitting on my lap and I'm knitting and like it's moving right past her face. But like that's about it. So I think that's it for me for You Spin Me Right Round. Anything for you?
I am currently spinning right now. I'm almost done with this bobbin.
How's your newt going?
Yeah. So this just happened.
That's really sucky.
And I found the other part.
That's really sucky.
After I get it off of here, which I hope it doesn't like wreck anything, I think I'll glue it back together.
It should be okay when you're winding it off. Or plying it or whatever.
I don't know. Look at that though.
But most of it's intact. I don't know. Hopefully it'll be okay.
It's like halfway. Anyway, I am almost done with this bobbin that I've been working on. So I'm very far behind on my new. But that is how life goes. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Any weaving?
No.
Sewing?
Yes. I did a lot of sewing. I had the indie knit and spin on Saturday, so I was doing lots and lots of sewing. I'm going to turn them in for class.
Cool.
For classes, there was a few sewing classes, so let me find. I took pictures of them and put them up on Flickr.
I did some sewing too, and I totally forgot about it till now.
Oh, cool. So I can show you pictures. I have like 4
Big ones?
bags. 8. This is going to be the 8 one, I think. 8 box bags.
Okay.
For efficiency and stuff. And then I put them together. 9 bucket.
Very cool.
Like I tried to take pictures of everything. And then 5 bucket. The other ones were baskets. I called them bucket. And then 5 works in progress. So I'm just going to turn them all in for
Might as well.
different classes. Oh, here's that little ball that I spun up to finish this shawl. So, yeah. But anyways, I did lots and lots of sewing. Lots and lots. And I finished everything. I didn't get, like, to do all the stuff I wanted to. Like, I wanted to make some more mini box bags and stuff. So, I guess I'll do that later. But, yeah. How about Jim?
No, I'm going to talk about sewing.
Oh, yeah, sewing.
So last year after Christmas, I bought a bunch of flannel in the thought of making our Christmas pajamas.
Yeah, I remember.
So I started them.
Wow!
I know. Because my friend Fauna kept bugging me. She's like, "Did you make the pajamas yet?" I'm like, "No." So I finally got them out. The kids went over to Joe's mom's house on Saturday, so I had the whole day. And I started on Joe's, and I got that done. Just one pair. But it was like the first one, and like following the pattern and stuff, so like I think the other ones I'll whip through and kind of do it like assembly line. I'll like cut it all out and get it all ready and stuff. It's just a pretty simple elastic waistband pajamas. But I'm excited about them.
That's cool. Is it a surprise for them? Is it a surprise for them?
Yes.
Cool.
So I was going to surprise Joe, but I didn't hem the bottom yet of his. I think I'm going to have him try it on so they fit, properly. But I think I'll just go and measure the kids, like a pair of pants that I know that fits them well or something, just so I don't have to have them try it on. And then I was thinking of going to the store and getting plain t-shirts, and then with some of the leftover fabric, like making their names and like sewing, or not their names, initial, and like sewing it on as like a pajama shirt. Is that stupid?
No, that's cool.
Because we're like dorky like that.
And you could take a picture of it and use it for Christmas cards and say the Weasley family Christmas.
Only I didn't do Christmas cards, but I'll put it on Facebook and Google.
I don't
Ravelry.
do
But yeah. So, no, I was excited to actually have started that. And I also have fabric that I want to make fabric bags for Christmas instead of wrapping paper.
That's smart.
Because I hate wrapping. No, I actually like it, but I always leave it to like the last day. And it takes me like hours that night to like wrap everything.
It's a practice.
What?
Wrap as you get the packages.
Oh, I haven't even done anything. But no, I bought all this fabric after Christmas last year with all these intentions. So I have to make those too. But that's it.
Okay, Jim?
A T25. I've not been that great. I've done a couple times. I need to get back at it though, because I'm feeling very lazy. And I was doing really well with it, so.
Well, actually, that's a lie. On Saturday, the Indie Knit and Spin is in a neighborhood school, like an old neighborhood school that is a community center now.
Okay.
And then you have to go up and down the stairs like 50 bajillion times to take your stuff upstairs.
Yeah.
So I did kind of do that, but it wasn't really like a workout. Like, it wasn't intentional.
Right.
But it was definitely a workout. My legs were so tired. But yeah, that's all. I'm sorry. I'm still, like, recovering. I'm so
That's
tired.
okay. All right. So, randomness? Yes?
Yeah.
So I got this a while ago. A couple weeks ago, maybe. It's, Desert Vista Dye Works.
Ooh.
The colorway is called If They Kill Rick. Like a Walking Dead colorway.
He was a little crazy there for a little bit.
No, but like, okay, so No Knit Sherlock on Instagram, like, is obsessed with The Walking Dead, and she would, like, I think hashtag it, like, if they kill Rick, I'm going to blah, 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 you know, like, gonna be pissed off or whatever. So, like, this dyer came up with this colorway. She has a whole zombie collection of yarn, and it's self-striping, but this one's If They Kill Rick, so I like it. So it's gonna be black with, like, fun color stripes.
Yeah.
Love it. Anyways, these are gonna be my next socks. I was gonna do it while watching the new show, but there's, like, 2 episodes left in this season. Crazy. It's been good, though.
You have been watching the last season now.
Mm-hmm.
And on Netflix, because we don't have cable.
Yeah.
So it's been fun.
It's good. Okay, so, but I've been gifted this from Hazel. She, on Instagram, posted one time, like, the next person to comment, and I think I said this one time on the podcast, but the next person to comment, I'll buy a skein of yarn from this place. And you had to have never had this yarn before, which I haven't. So I commented and I won. But anyways, it's from her. So thank you. I love it. It's so pretty.
That's awesome.
Next up, I got I think this is my second to last shipment from Pancake and Lulu.
Oh, that's pretty. What's the name?
It's called Olive Wood.
Yeah.
From Ply. Or not Ply. Pancake and Lulu. So yeah, it's very woodsy.
I know, I was going to say it looks very woodsy. I like it.
But no, it's pretty. I like it. And that's about it. I haven't been doing much.
I haven't either. Except for be busy. Like, crazy busy. And I'm, like, really hot, so I'm putting this on. Okay. So, we got our first snow.
We did too.
And I took pictures like that stuck on the ground. It looked real pretty. But I was like busy sewing all past couple of weeks, which is why we didn't podcast last week.
Right.
So then Indie Knit and Spin happened on Saturday, and it was so much fun. And crazy. So, you can't go to a fiber event and not get stuff. And I do. So, I have stuff to show you.
Yay.
So first of all, they had a give and take table where you would give something or take something, you know, stuff that you don't want. So someone brought in like their whole collection of magazines, and I was looking hard for that Interweave Holiday Winter Knit 2009.
Okay.
Because it has the gooseberry cardigan, which is also the calligraphy cardigan in there.
Wow.
Because I thought that I had it, but I can't find it. So I was looking through there. They didn't have it. Or someone had already taken it. But I did find this. It's like a season of knitting
cool.
weekly. Yeah. I started watching it, and, you know, it's like just a season. You know, it says Series 1300, so I'm not sure. It hasn't been on for 13 seasons, but...
Yeah, I don't know anything really about that.
Anyway, then I also got this Amy Butler pattern.
Very cute.
For a dress. It's not really for me, for like Madison. I guess it would be like a shirt for me. But it's like a dress or a tunic style thing. And then I grabbed this Knit This Doll book.
That's cool.
Because I have a lot of amigurumi pattern for crochet, but not a lot for knitting. And like they have like, you know, all kinds of stuff in there. So you can like knit a doll. And
that's awesome.
That could be fun. So yeah.
Totally.
And those I got for free. So then we're, you know, talking to people as they come around. And across the way is this new, this was their first event, the Homestead Hobbyist.
Okay.
And he had the prettiest color. I picked this one. It's on Rambouillet. It's called Berries and Cream.
Okay.
Beautiful. It's like blue, like a tealish blue and brown, and a little bit of yellow. Not really yellow. It's more like a cream. So I got that because I was standing there looking at it the whole day. And then also across the way from us was Hip Strings.
Okay.
They make like spindles and yarn and stuff. Like there's their bag.
Very cool.
But they make like supported spindles, like laser cut.
Yeah.
They're super fancy. Like I'm sure you've seen them. But I also bought some Forward because you know how much I love Forward.
Yes,
So
I do too.
I got these blue and green.
Beautiful.
Let me see what the names are. Oh, they don't have a name.
Leave my own. Come on.
So I got these to mash up and knit a hat for Andy. But there's Hip Strings information. I'm gonna hold it still for a minute. So yeah,
Very cool.
so it's like brown and blue, and I'm gonna mash it up and make a beautiful hat out of it.
That would be nice.
So then, as people are walking around, so that was because they were right across the way from me, and I stared at their stuff all day long. So then, people are walking around, and they have, you know, of course, when you can't go to a knitting and crochet and spinning thing and not wear your knitting, crochet, and spinning.
Right.
So I saw a lady with an awesome shawl pin. So I was like, where'd you get your shawl pin? She's like, oh, just next door. And I'm like, okay. And I told Andy, I'll see you later. So I went and no, he was like, hey, look at that, that cool Deathly Hollows shawl pin. So I went over and this one is from Michelle's Assortment is her Etsy shop. It's Michelle's Assortment. If you can see that.
Yep.
And this is the shawl pin that I ended up getting.
Very cool.
I know. And she actually also had one that she put in her hair. Like, she had some really pretty beaded ones, but I decided I wanted the Deathly Hallows one because I figured I could wear it, and most people wouldn't know what it was unless they were
awesome.
True bottom people, you know?
Yeah.
But I can't wait to wear that with different things because I've been wanting, like, a metal shawl pin. But anyway, so I was talking to her, and she had been over looking at my bags, and she was like, do you want to trade? And I was like, yeah. So I went, and I was just like, well, whenever you have time, come over. And so she picked out some stuff, and we traded.
That's awesome.
It was totally awesome. So that's what I got on Saturday. And I sold a lot, and I came home with less than I went with, so that was always good.
That is good.
So, like, I found out that the hedgehog are a win. So I need to get more hedgehog fabric because I sold out of it. Like, if people kept coming, you saw the hedgehog thing? And Andy said I need to make a sign that says, if you see it, buy it now. Because, you know, some shops, they'll have just a few fabrics that they do it, but I do all kinds of fabrics, just like custom fabric. So a lot of times there's like only one or two of that fabric in a bag.
Right.
So he's like, because a lot of people would be like, oh, I was looking at it earlier, but they want to, like, you know, because, you know, when you go to a knitting event, you bake the rounds, and then you come back around and buy it.
Right. Yeah, you should get a one-of-a-kind if you see it, buy it now, because it could be gone.
Yeah, that's what he said I should do, because a lot of people came back and were like, oh, I was looking, I'm like, but I told him, I'm like, I should be able to find the fabric again if you send me a message, and I would give him my card.
Yeah.
On Etsy, you know. But I need to, like, for Pittsburgh Knit Crochet Show in March, I need to, like, do hedgehog, for sure.
Yeah, they're cute.
So, yeah, but it was a lot of fun. And, so Etsy has this new reader for credit cards.
Did you get to use it?
I got it, and it came like 2 days before, and I used it. So what the advantage is, because you're like, if you do any kind of show, you're like, oh, I have readers. I have lots of readers. Like, I have the Square reader, and I have the PayPal Pay Here reader, which I really like the PayPal Pay Here because it's all set up. But the Etsy reader, you get it, and normally when you go to an event, you deactivate your shop or put it on vacation, and then you deactivate all your listings so that they don't sell. Mm-hmm. With the Etsy reader, you use your Sell on Etsy app, and then it you just go and you don't have to deactivate anything. It's there. And you have the stuff for sale, and they bring it up to you, and then you go, oh, I'm going to sell now. And you can either do, like, a quick listing or a pay sell from listing. So then you would go like this, and then you'd, like, click on the listing, and it's all alphabetical. Mm-hmm. And I know you can't see that because it's, like, backlit. So then you pick on it, and then you can add, like, other items if they're buying more than one. And it's so awesome. So not only do you not have to deactivate your account, but these items that you've made show up in your store that you sold them.
That's cool.
And so the ones that are currently listed show up as a picture, and then the other ones will just show up as a line item. And you can accept cash. So like you're selling something and you can put in, instead of doing a credit card, you can just say you've got cash on it, and it still shows up as a sale.
That's cool.
Yes. And it's going to make, like, inventory and come when you pay your quarterly sales tax. Like, I have to pay sales tax because my items are not clothing, because in Pennsylvania, clothing is not taxed. but mine are bags, so I have to pay tax on that. But like all the other places, like yarn, because it's gonna be clothing, they don't have to charge tax on it. But yeah, awesome. If you have an Etsy store, get the Etsy reader because it will make your life so much easier. And there was like a couple of other people using it, and they were just in love with it as much as I was. And I'm like wondering why they took so long to get it. That's my. And it's pretty cool because it comes in this like little wooden box, and it has like the buy here with the credit card sign.
Yeah.
And you flip over the little wooden box, and there's like a line, and you just like put that piece of card, like it's like a heavy cardstock on it, and it stands up. Like you don't have to go searching for like a frame or anything.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get one.
Yeah, and it's free, so you might as well.
Oh.
And you don't pay for, when you sell on Etsy, you don't pay the fee. You just pay the traditional percentage that you normally pay with like Square, which is like 2.75. So they don't charge you the fee, the Etsy fee.
Okay.
You are just charged the percentage that the credit card reader uses. Amazing. It was like totally worth it. And it like I found it worked a little bit easier. Like I have a hard time with my Square reader, like I always have. And I found the Etsy reader I didn't have any issues with it. It was awesome.
It is awesome.
It is. But speaking of that, I think I need to create an ad and start advertising for it because I think I'm going to have a Black Friday sale in my shop to clear out some of the stuff so I can just have a clean shop to add stuff to. What do you think?
That sounds good.
That's what I'm doing. I was thinking about that on Saturday.
Sales are always fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else to talk about?
No.
Okay.
How about you?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm feeling very lame.
That's all right. Me too.
Until next time.
All right. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.